You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans, it is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about Elizabeth Imogen Weber and what the ABC soap has done to her romantic life. She needs a new man stat, and I want to talk about how they can fix this, but hey, please subscribe if you haven't yet, and thanks for supporting our channel. So in case you're not keeping count, I am. This is the third addict that Elizabeth has been with over the years. Technically, the first was a drug addict. The second was an alcoholic. That's still an addict, though. And now Finn, who's trying to stave off his drug addiction by sinking into alcoholism, so he's doing double addict duty. What has lovely Liz done to deserve three men doing this and doing her dirty and cheating on her while they were doing it? So first, I just want to say it was bad enough when we rarely saw Liz because she didn't have a storyline. And then we got to see more of her because she was being used to prop Finn's storyline, helping with his dad, there for him to talk to. That's about it. Still not her storyline. And even the last time I can think of a big storyline of hers was when she was sinking into that whole kind of mental thing after Franco had died, and that kind of fizzled and went to nowhere. And then the last big storyline that I vividly recall was when her rapist was released from jail, and then they gave that mostly to Franco, and they actually dragged Sonny Corinthos into that storyline out of the blue because they need Sonny in every storyline, I guess, or Carly, or both. So if you forgot, the first addict that GH stuck Liz with was an absolutely great storyline. It was heart-wrenching, it was fabulous, and it was Lucky Spencer, the young man she had loved since she was a teenager. It was very original at that moment, and it was great. Lucky got hooked on, I think, morphine following a surgery, and then he turned into a full-blown addict, and Maxie Jones had a thing for Lucky, so she was actively enabling his addiction. If I remember correctly, she was stealing medicine from the hospital, like she was a volunteer or a candy stripe or something, to enable his addiction so that he would sleep with her. And of course, Liz found out. That was a huge deal breaker. It was so sad and so touching. Very hard to see the end of Liz and Lucky. And that was back when Maxie was so devious and deliciously wicked. Fast forward a few years, and Liz is involved with chronic alcoholic AJ Quartermain during one of his sober periods. I kind of enjoyed them together. It wasn't my favorite Liz pairing, but then he accused her of sleeping with Nicholas, and she called a pause on their relationship, during which he had a one-night stand with Carly, like I think almost right away. She found out, but she let that slide, but then she couldn't let it slide when AJ started boozing heavily again. Was so drunk he couldn't remember if he'd murdered a woman or not. He hadn't, but still, huge fall off the wagon, and Liz called it quits while he faced trial for a crime he didn't commit. Now, fast forward to this moment, we have Finn acting basically as an alcoholic and a drug addict. He hasn't started the drugs yet. That's probably coming. And he's doing what the other two addicts before him did that were with Liz, and he's going to cheat. And this week, as in so many other weeks, this is not a new hashtag, but it's trending more furiously at the moment. Hashtag free Liz. And they've taken to calling this pair Fizzle. They have been asking for the end of this soap, fans, and me as well, almost since it started, because it's just, I've not enjoyed their romance from the start. I have heard chatter that Michael Easton is off contract, but is still filming. So I can only hope they're going to ship him off to rehab, or he can go crawl into Alexis's bed and she can get him sober, or homophobic, horrible Natalia Rogers Ramirez can have him. Literally anybody but Liz. So I saw a ton of hilarious comments under the Free Liz hashtag that absolutely had me rolling, because I agree with most of them. I'm going to share just a couple of them with you that tickled my funny bone. But first, I want to give you a little piece of context. So Finn boinks this chick he meets at that dingy bar, and Liz walks in while they're on the couch making the two-backed beast. It looks like Jake Weber let her know that Finn is doing something he shouldn't be doing, and she goes over to Finn's place, uses her key, opens the door, and sees her two-timing drunk addict boyfriend doing her dirty, doing this rando in dirty ways. I hope she throws down that key and never, ever looks back. So the woman Finn bangs is named Barb. And that's the piece of context you need to know for some of these funny tweets. So Hot Vanna Knights tweeted, Barb is the chosen one who sacrifices herself to free Liz and all of us. Kimberly Dolan tweeted, today is day 1100 of the Elizabeth Weber hostage crisis. Hashtag free Liz. A woman named Stephanie tweeted, Liz fans are like, Dear Alexis, please take Finn. And as a token of our appreciation, here's your law license, the down payment on your new law office space, and a new briefcase. Mrs. S simply tweeted, can she please dump his ass? Hashtag free Liz. And Britton Holler wrote, probably never before in the history of daytime TV has a newbie made such an impression before they even aired. Long live Queen Barb, hashtag free Liz. And the fans are already planning a Liz is free party on social media. I mean, this pairing has been lackluster from the start, but for him to do her like this, and by that I mean him doing another woman, it just salts the wound. But if they're freeing up Liz so Jason can console her, that would be icing on the ending this bad romance cupcake. I would be there for it. Not only does Liz need to dump Finn, but honestly, Violet can go to boarding school or move in with BLQ and Chase, and Finn can just drive off a cliff, go to rehab out of state, literally anywhere but Port Charles. I like Finn's vibe with Alexis, but I'm kind of hoping she starts hate-sexing Fergus Byrne instead, much like they've done with Drew and Nina, which has made Drew much more tolerable and interesting to me. You know, this is Michael Easton's fourth character on General Hospital. I liked the vampire a lot better. I liked Silas Clay a lot better. I'm not sure why they decided to kill him, only to give us this lackluster Shadow Silas. I mean, it was dumb from the get-go, making him a doctor, basically making him Silas, but not Silas. The only thing I liked in the beginning about Finn was the lizard. Finn can go for me, you know, with my blessing, and Liz can enjoy a renewed romance with mob-free Stone Cold, and everybody will be happier. Let's see what happens next. Thanks for tuning in. We are here talking GH 7 days a week. And this is Belinda at Soap Dirt. Let me know what you think. And if you're hoping to see Liz dump Finn, and do you want to see him leave? What do you think about her being with Jason? Absolutely. Let me know what you're thinking. Subscribe if you haven't, and come back soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.